Hey there, everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play JoshL6. We are on level 91, holding back the riot. Let's see what we're holding back here exactly. So I believe this is the level... Yes, this is the level that uses loose pocket. Oh, boy. Was I supposed to clone all those? Hang on. I'm going to assume that that is... Let me see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because I just need to get down there, and I'm assuming that the teeth will open the toggles up, and then that will be mass chaos and stuff. But the good news is that I can carve out a path to where I need to go prior to doing that, so that's not so bad. So yeah, this was the level I was talking about earlier that I based my own level Scrap Heap Scraper on in Walls of CCLP1. Man, if I had to pick, like, 10 levels that I really wanted to see in CCLP5 that I submit, that would be one of them. Man, it would be hard to narrow it down to 10. Like, there's, like, 50 that I'm dying to see. I know that's pretty unrealistic, though, but I'm curious to see how it ends up going. Let me just make sure this path is completely foolproof. Okay, so there's, like, two ways to get there. Go! Woo! Okay, hopefully they don't go through. Okay, good. Oh, wow. There was a hint there that we didn't read. Alright, so that was holding back the riot. I'm assuming that it was placed in level 91's slot because of Jumping Swarm. Alright, ooh, Ravage. Yay, this level. This is a CCLP4 favorite, I think. I'm gonna have to remember how to solve this, actually. I literally know nothing about the level now that it's been forever. But yeah, this should be interesting. I remember this being, like, really specific as far as, like, the things you need to do, but also really satisfying. So, like, going down here, you can see the block coming up where it's like, yeah, I need to make sure that I go right there, but then I also need to, you know, get a fourth one, which I can do right here. I think this is why this level was so popular in voting. It just had this sort of satisfaction around being able to do things that you didn't think were possible. Like, right there, you know that you actually have to get a key under that block in order to even proceed onward, right? So it's just things like that that I think are really neat for something like this. Like, is there fire boots under here? No. Okay. I hope they're not under that. Oh, wait, no. They're over here at the beginning, aren't they? Oh, man. Yeah, I wasted a key. Okay. Yeah, that's a shame. But you know what? It's the beginning of a new episode. We are still in the beginning stages, so hopefully it's not going to be a lot of repetition on today's JoshL6 episode. Fingers crossed, right? So, I'm going to try to see if I can get to level 100 tonight. I would love to be able to say I finished 2/3 of the set and be ahead of recording schedule. Yeah, that's this one. So right now, I still have yet to upload, I think I still have yet to upload my episode for 51 through 60, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I don't actually have the sound on, so I'm hoping that there was a key under that. Or, well, I do have the sound on, but I can't hear it. Okay, good. I figured there was because we wasted that key before, so that made sense. I just didn't know if I got one from under there specifically. Okay, so now I got this. This makes sense. Over here, and this is where we clone stuff. Yep, okay. It's all coming back. I remember that opening section just had some hidden information, but I feel like it's hidden information that's pretty fair because it's one of those eliminate the impossible, you know, whatever remains must be true kind of things. Okay. Well, I haven't gotten any fire boots yet. Although now I'm a little worried. Okay, so... Okay. I didn't know if any of the blocks had fire underneath them. I couldn't remember that part of it, so... Okay, that's how you do that. Yeah, I like how you have to make these deductions about what must be somewhere just based on what you're supposed to be doing. I think that's really neat. Also, I need to check. Is there anything here? Nothing there. Nothing there. Okay. I don't know if I'm supposed to push these somewhere, but I don't see any way where I can, so I'm going to assume the answer is no. Okay, well, we do have the fire boots now, so that's good. And it looks like we're heading this direction, and I think the key that we're going to get is ultimately going to be used to break through to that thief over there. So that should be fun. I remember back when we were testing this level for CCLP4, there were a lot of busts and links with the walkers and stuff. That took a while to, like, weed out all that. But I think we got all of them because we haven't seen any link scores that use any busted solutions. I say that, and you never know. There's still secrets that are being discovered in some of these older levels. I think I mentioned the other day that there was a new record recently on Monster Lab in the Steam version of CC, which is pretty interesting. Okay, so I think we need to go over here. Okay, I was gonna say, there better have been a key under that. It's like, you're kind of questioning yourself all the time whether or not there's actually something where you think there's something. And I believe I have to break through that and then go up over here. Yeah, there you go. That is such a fun level. I love it. It's such a satisfying one to solve. And it's even sort of built into a wall pattern based on Sapphire Cavern from CCLP1. So I don't think that was one of the walls of CCLP1 levels, but I think it's a cool level still. Alright, Chocolate Covered Chocolate. I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, this is a level that I actually voted pretty highly on for CCLP 4 voting, if I remember correctly. But yeah, this level was one of the inspirations for one that I ended up making recently in JBLP2 titled, oh, what's it called? Accidents Waiting to Happen. It was basically the best way I can describe it is it's a recessed wall maze, and it has this concept where basically you have to... Okay, now I'm worried that I wasted stuff. Did I waste stuff? I really hope I did not. Oh wait, I can just do that. Derp. But yeah, you basically have to, like, every block has a recessed wall under it, and you have to kind of navigate your way around by opening up all these dirt paths that surround everything. And the more you open up, the more you technically have leverage to use against the recessed walls. And I like that idea. That's another one of those concepts I'm really hoping makes it into CCLP 5. I think it's one that you can't really recreate in CC2 either. So I feel like that's a good reason, but, you know, for some people that may not necessarily be a sufficient reason, so I understand why. But yeah, that's another thing it's funny, that's another thing that's been sort of informing my choices about what exactly I'm making is what can't I do in CC2, or maybe a better question to ask is what would be way too much of a hassle to make in CC2. So for example, I made this level in Walls of CCLP1 called Detonation Delineation, and it's this thing where you kind of have to plot out a Hamiltonian path sort of thing, but unlike a lot of levels that use that idea, you actually have the ability in this level to look around more because you're basically pushing blocks that are on recessed walls through this big gauntlet thing. And I think it works well in that regard. Like, you're... Okay, how do I get through all this? I'm a little concerned. Like, I don't see a way to actually break into any of this. And it's... Yeah, how do I get to that side? Am I just blind here? I didn't mess this up, did I? I really hope I didn't mess this up. Something tells me I did, though. Because I think I could have gotten in here earlier. And now I can't blow this up, and I think blowing that up is the key. So I'm going to assume that I messed that up, because I can't see any other way. But yeah, it's like this level has this thing with blocks with recessed walls, and that's one of the behaviors that you can't really emulate very well in CC2, because if you put a recessed wall um, under a block, it's basically treated like a wall is under the block, or a blue wall, I should say, for Link's compatibility's sake in CC1. You just oof the block or flick the block off of it, and it works as that concept, but you can't really like push the block and then you pop the wall under yourself when you do so. And I think that's because pop-up walls don't exactly work the same way in CC2, because in CC1 it's like you enter the tile and then the pop-up wall does its thing. Whereas in CC2 it's very different than that. So I don't know. I don't want. Well, I kind of do if my level's involved, I guess. But I don't want to like build all my decisions about levels I'm making based on is this possible in CC2 necessarily. But it is something that is kind of weighing on it. So okay, I'm gonna try to be very careful about how I approach this, because this area is. Wait a minute, I can't even get in there without going through this. So I didn't actually have a choice here. What? What was I supposed to do here then? Okay, well I need to do that. Was I okay the whole time, or... Okay, I'm just going to do it one sweep here of this whole thing. But I'm pretty sure... Oh wait, I can go in here. Ah. Okay. That kind of changes some things, so I think I still screwed over the previous attempt. Okay, so this area, yeah, this is a little concerning. So I think I need to do this. I need to get something over here. But the question is it through here or somewhere else? I'm going to push that up for now and then cross... Ooh, I need to blow that up first. Yeah, this part's a little tricky, and I like it. Okay, so I need to go up here, then do that, then cross into this area. Yeah, I really like the navigational challenge of this level. I think it's genuinely interesting. And I love levels like this that kind of encourage you to uncover dirt. To me, it's more interesting. I know we've talked about blue walls and, you know, the blue forest fire idea and all that stuff, but I personally find clearing dirt to be more cathartic and interesting than uncovering blue walls, but maybe that's just me. Okay, I'm nervous about pushing that there just because I know if I push that there to the left, I'm creating a thing, and I'm not sure I'm a fan of that thing. Like, that seems to be what got us in trouble last time, and maybe I'm just getting cold feet here, but... Oh, wait a minute, there's a path here we haven't explored. Ooh, a back door entrance? I think it is. Okay, that's pretty neat. I do like that. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do a few things here. Okay, I was like, which one should go where? So at this point, I need to get something in there. And I'm a little uncertain about what to use, because at this stage... Yeah, this is slightly concerning. How do I get down there? I can't do anything with that. I'm just going to look around here a little more. So this is the way to get inside that. The good news is at least in MS, and I think in Lynx as well, once you push a block onto a non-connected trap, then that block is going to be stuck there. So it's not like you're having to deal with potentially trapping yourself. Yeah, this whole section here is kind of a little weird. Oh, but wait a minute. Can I actually get... I want to get in there. Is that possible? Like, I really want to get this whole mess here untangled. Can I do that? I can do this. I can push you there. I'm running out of time too, which is a little concerning, not gonna lie. I can go to the border. Okay, so I can break through here. Good stuff. And then I can get this. I have no idea if that's the intended solution or not. I feel like it's not. But I feel pretty proud of that solution. I'm going to just make sure I got everything here. I feel like I got most of it, but there might be a loose end or two. We only have 98, that's 5 seconds left, so... Okay, I'm feeling pretty good about this. Except for getting down there, except... No, did we get through there? I think we did. That was the one we just got, right? Now I'm forgetting which areas we've been to here. Okay. We need to book it out of here pronto. Because we only have a little bit of time left to get a few more chips. And they seem to be mostly down in here. Okay. So that can be collected. And so now it's just a matter of getting into this stuff, which is pretty simple. I'm assuming the last one is down in the corner here. Yeah, it is. That's simple enough. Okay, we barely got out with the requisite time, within the requisite time limit. That was a really fun level. I would highly recommend a slightly bigger time limit. What is the time limit? It is 450, yeah. For a level like this, I would give 100 more seconds. I know we dawdled around a lot, and the bold time that I got here was very short. But, yeah, I would recommend 100 more seconds for a maze like this. Alright, Association for Cryptology Masters. I remember this one. This was, all blue walls are fake. Do not collect the green key. Have at least 3 blue, yellow, and red keys for the end. I remember this was like a late level, I think, originally in this set. I want to say it was. I might be misremembering. I think it was a late one. I think it was. And I remember being shocked just at how simple it ended up being, because I remember seeing the title and thinking, ooh, this must be a really crazy, complicated level, and it ended up not being one. It was very straightforward at the end of the day. Well, not straightforward necessarily, but everything about it was a lot simpler than I was expecting. Okay, yeah, I'm a little nervous about using the keys up so easily like this. And I'm trying to use the elements when I can. So I need to really get those suction boots. There we go. Alright, so now we have basically all the boots. At least I think we do. So as long as we don't get the yellow key, I think we're fine. It said at least 3, right? It didn't say have only 3. So that kind of makes me feel slightly better. Okay, so let's just grab all these. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good about our situation here. I think we have to make a break for it. Like, we just have to run to the exit in one go. So I think we've gotten all the keys, like, that we can potentially get. Yeah, for some reason I was expecting this like really complicated level, but it was actually a fairly simple collection puzzle at the end of the day, and I kind of like it for that. Um, that was pretty fun. I mean, it's not a level I would give a high rating to in a CCLP voting process, but it is pretty cool. Old Fashioned. Oh yeah, this level. This was I think Josh mentioned in the designer notes that the purpose of this level was to create like a classic feeling maze, which I think the term old fashioned, not to nitpick too hard here, but I think that's technically the way you would write that. But maybe old fashioned, is that like a drink? Or no, I think that's an old fashioned as well, right? The the drink of the same name or similar name. I could be misremembering though. But yeah, this is a level with just blue walls and invisible walls, and I'm kind of surprised it's in this slot. I thought it would have been, considering the contents, in the now you see it slot in level 94. But here it's in level 95, which is interesting. Okay, I just want to make sure. I think, yeah, that's a dead end. So there's a lot of unreachable chips, which I think is really neat. That's one of those tropes I really want to get better at using, is how do you make levels with extra chips that you can't reach? Because I feel like I'm bad at this. Like, I don't really use that often enough. It is a fun thing to play around with, especially in a maze like this, where it looks a certain way, but it's really not. You know, that kind of trope. I like that. I feel like there hasn't been another level like that since Pie Guys, if it looks like a maze. I did try creating sort of something based off of that in one of my own levels from JBLP1, but I don't think the level itself as a whole is incredibly strong. Oh, that's a nice red herring. I like the way that's set up. Okay, so that's good. That's not good. There's a bunch of stuff over here. So this is where the exit is. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's not fine. And I'm guessing, yeah, that's not either. Yeah, this is very CC1-esque in a lot of ways. And I like that. Okay, so that's unreachable. We're kind of slowly eliminating locations off of the list here. We haven't been to the left side, so let's look at this. Okay, let's check that on the way back. Okay, please, let's get to this one. Yes, okay, good. Okay, I can't get to either of those, but I bet we can get to this. I bet there's like a Morton kind of path. Can I get down here? No, okay. Ooh, wait a minute. No. What about this one? Also no, okay. Okay, I keep forgetting which ones I've checked out and which ones I haven't. I'm going to guess that this one here on the left side is also unreachable. Or, sorry, it's reachable. I think this one is reachable. Not from there, though. But maybe from up above, because we didn't look at this. No! Oh, wow, okay. Where is this final chip, then? I suppose that is kind of the harm of not being thorough earlier, is that you kind of gain a false sense of security around what's possible like that, but... Okay, I'm going to assume that all the paths here are thoroughly checked. I think we've looked at all these. This is an interesting use of invisible walls. I do like the way this works. Oh, wait, we haven't been here. Ooh, wait a minute. We have not been here. Okay, so we can't go in there. Wait, this isn't the beginning, is it? This is the beginning. This is the beginning. Okay, we've been down here. We've been down this way. We are really just kind of plodding along today, aren't we? And we've already looked at all this stuff. So there is a loop in this level. That's kind of interesting. Okay. All these extra chips, man. Did we look down in the lower right corner thoroughly? Because at this point, I feel like that's the only place that we haven't really checked out very well. Let's go take another peek here. Okay, that's nothing. What are we just not seeing here? Wait a minute. No, okay. We have not been down this way yet. We apparently didn't look at this. Wait a second. Yep, there we go. Okay, that's where it was. Excuse me. Okay, now to backtrack all the way to the exit. So that was a cool maze. I mean, it's a fairly plain maze, but I do like what it tries to do. I appreciate that it's trying to kind of emulate older levels. So yeah, it's a decent one. Okay, Ragged Mountain. Ooh, this level. This level has a lot of hype behind it. I remember this got... There was a lot of flack for this not getting into CCL before. And I have to just go ahead and confess right now, I've been really tempted to use the walls of this. Okay, wait a second, this is just this path, yeah, okay. For the fireballs, it's that button. Okay, I want to say I actually have to push this block out of there, so if I remember this correctly, so I'm not going to do that. Okay, so there are... Okay, my memory was serving me correctly. There are locks under those. Okay. But yeah, this level was really popular, and there's been a Justice for Ragged Mountain campaign similar to the Cypress one. Okay, so I think those fireballs ultimately have to go into here. But before we do... wait a minute. No, they ultimately do have to go there. The block to the left is holding down a trap button that connects to the trap further left of you. So wait a second. Okay, hang on a second. I'm trying to remember how I did this. Is it just getting the fireballs there? Because if that's the case, I can just do this instantly. Oh wait, no, that... Oh, they're referring to this block. Okay. So I can do one there, and then... Okay, hang on a sec. This is not really that hard. I'm just making this more difficult on myself than I need to. Okay, so this is ultimately going to control that, right? Okay, so now I think I do this. I don't think I use this over here. I think there's something else that does that, because I can't really blow up all those, right? Yeah. And then I think I have to clone one more for that. Okay, let's do this way, because I can't really exit through the trap. That's a really neat set of puzzles there. I do like that a lot. So yeah, this level I'm fairly confident is probably going to make it into CCLP 5, just based on the Justice campaign. If Cypress can get in, I'm pretty sure this can get in. And I forgot that toggles. And I'm not saying that, like, Cypress is a bad level or anything. I just think that if enough people in the community feel strongly about it, it will happen. It's kind of like, maybe the best way to put it is it's sort of like the hype campaigns for things like Frozen Labyrinth, that being in CCLP 1. Okay, I just want to make sure. I don't want to, like, interrupt all that yet, because I want to actually get through those traps, so. Okay, wow, that actually worked. Okay, so that will die at least. So, just get all these? So I'm guessing I get all those, and I push this block all the way up and out through the... You know what? I learned my lesson from the last time. I'm going to check out whether or not it's possible to break through all this, and it looks like the answer is yes. So I just don't want to make another echo kind of mistake where I don't clear the dirt and, you know, all that stuff. Also interesting that there's recessed walls in that room. I guess they're for the walker dodging, but... Okay, I don't really need these anymore, so... Okay, I can put this out here. Thank you so much for that, Josh. I really appreciate that little alcove there. That really helps with a room like this that has dodging in it. Oh no! Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Really? That is just... No. And I even know why, too. It's because of that stupid block right there. It's because of that stupid block. Yeah. Not a fan. Not a fan. Okay. I think the thing that just makes this level so fun is that every little challenge flows so well. Like, legitimately well. I feel like if there was a better way to do that force floor part without the slide delay, that would have been nice. Okay, I'm just going to do what we did before on this section. Oh, wait a minute. No! There's a thing there! Ah, that's... I did not even realize that was there. I forgot all about the blue wall thing. I mean, fair... It is fair in the sense that it encourages you to look at stuff. That's one of those things that I find really kind of difficult to gauge what's appropriate for that, because on one hand, I feel like if you're solving the level for the very first time, then you're going to be more inclined to look around. But on the other hand, if there's so many details that on subsequent playthroughs you miss them, that's a little more questionable. Okay, so let's do this. And then we'll do that. I really like the way that works, the whole fireball thing. And then this room, the forcing of the order there is really neat as well. I really like that. And you go over here. I really like the fact that you cannot, like, waste this block. You actually have to get it from that side. That's pretty neat. Yeah, everything about this level I really like, except for that slide delay. If it weren't for the slide delay, you know what, we can ram the block in there. We'll do that. Help protect against the slide delay. This part of the level, interestingly enough, I think it was this that inspired a part of one of my own levels from Walls of CCLP 1 called Canyon of Lost Color, which was built into the walls of Seaside, but it had a section that was very similar to that, where you had these balls and you had to basically use them in a fun way like that. Okay. And then we do that. Okay. Just wanted to make sure I was concentrating. Oh, excuse me. Concentrating there. Okay. I just wanted to hesitate just to make sure, you know, you never know. And then you use this. Josh has this interesting knack for, like, reusing areas in interesting ways. Okay, what do I do with this key? Do I want to go down there? I'm assuming that that's where we go next, because there's nothing else going on here. I have to save that for later, apparently. So, yeah, let's give it a shot, I guess? Okay, I'm just looking here to see how I would do this. And I think I actually have to push this to the right in order to make this. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, we have a clay tunnel section. Okay, so we'll come back there eventually. But for now, I have to do this. Okay, so this ought to be fun. So we're going to go through and do a little bit of clay tunneling here. Alright, I'm just going to assume the obvious method here is correct, but I could be wrong, so I'm just going to look just to make sure, and yeah, we have a path back. That's my main concern at this point, but right now, it looks like there's multiple ways to get through to this area here, so... or out from this area, I should say. Alright, so that's it for that. So I'm actually forced to return through the teleport, because I don't have the skates anymore, right? So I come back out here. This is such a cool level. I love this one. I forgot how much I liked this one. I kind of, I hate to say this, I kind of brushed it off aside for a little while just because everyone was hyping it up so much. I know that's a really dumb reason to do that, but playing it again reminds me so much of why I liked it, so I'm definitely voting for that for CCLP5. It's a fun level. Piston It Away. Okay, so this level, this is interesting because I have never actually played this. Although I really like what I've seen of it, if that makes sense. So this level is, I think, named after a Crash Bandicoot stage, if I'm not mistaken. And the whole deal with this that I find interesting is that it uses the walls of color for extreme. And I did a walls of level for that for Walls of CCLP1, and it was like the second to last level that I made. And I was trying not to use toggle walls just because I knew that this level involved them. But I eventually ended up doing it for a couple reasons. One is that I made this toggle puzzle in the next room. And then, on top of that, I barely had any toggle wall levels in the set at all. So it just felt like the thing to do, I guess. So I didn't want to play this level because I didn't want to, like, accidentally, rip off something from it. So I'm going to be doing this for the first time, and I'm hoping that that this is in some ways better because I didn't really care for my own level in some ways. Maybe that's a little harsh on myself, I don't know. But yeah, we'll see how this turns out. Okay, am I supposed to actually switch this? I guess so? Am I supposed to, like, extract these from here, like this, and then I go back like this? Is that what we're doing? Like, multiple switches? I'm noticing the high time limit, so... But I'm assuming, just based on what I'm seeing here, that I'm supposed to bridge back to get to that red key. That would make the most sense. What I'm unsure about is this block, because this block here... Well, actually, wait a minute. So, am I supposed to, like... Yeah, I think I am. I'm supposed to do this. Go through here. I don't know why there's a thief there, but I'm assuming that that's relevant for later. Go through here, and then I go through this. So no block pushing here is just a little maze to get to that key. That was a really neat puzzle. I liked that. Okay, so now I have this key. Where do we go next? I'm assuming down through here. So this is the exit area of Colors for Extreme. So yeah, my level was titled Spaced Out, which was another Crash level, weirdly enough. And it was actually Jeffrey's suggestion because he thought it would be fun to reference both. As kind of part of the joke of the two levels being similar, I guess you could say. Oh, wait a minute, I could do this. Derp. So wait a minute. Am I supposed to do this? Like, do that first and then do this next? I'm a little confused about what the fireball cloner is actually used for here. But I love that little puzzle. That is a very neat use of this section. And I like how these are even set up so that you can come back here. Okay, this says, this red button is one-time use only for the Fireball Clone Machine Southeast. It will hit toggle buttons for you for a very short time, so be prepared. Okay, I'm assuming that this is basically an automatic caution doors thing. Yeah. So this just takes us back. Okay, good. I was like, if I misstepped there thanks to that fireball, I'm going to be kind of mad. But thank you for making it a little more forgiving. Okay, so I'm looking at this right now, and I'm going to guess that I basically have to hit that just so I can go up through there. That would make the most sense. Okay. So now what do we do? I see a trap button. Am I supposed to clone something? Am I supposed to... Okay, I see this. Let's just come back to that later, I guess. Okay, good. Yeah, there is a clone thing there. This is a really interesting use of this layout, and I am liking it. So far, I'm liking this more than the level I made, for sure. I felt like my level was just a little too cramped. I mean, this one technically is too, so I shouldn't be saying that. But, like, this has more clever things going on, I feel, and they're more easy to parse than what I was doing with this. Okay, so I go here first. I'm assuming I do this. Now the question is, what exactly am I supposed to be doing with this ball thing? That is the question. And on that, I do not know. I mean, it makes sense to cross over there and stuff, but, like, I'm confused about what I'm supposed to do with that bomb down there. That's the one thing that I'm really worried about, because if I get all the chips, so let's say I do that, that's not going to solve the fact that there are all those balls there, unless... Oh, you know what? Okay, I know I'm kind of cheating here, but I want to say Josh mentioned something about... flicking something at the end. And I'm wondering if that's what you have to do here. Okay, you know what? I'm going to try this. So I'm going to do that, flick you guys out, and then you all go down. Okay, so that is how you do it. And in Lynx, I guess you would have to block slap that, right? I think you would block slap that. Okay, how do I get that down there? I really hope I did not mess this up already. Please tell me I didn't waste my thing there. I really hope I did not. Please tell me I did not. And I can't really go back through here because that was a one-time use thing. I'm beginning to think I wasted it, guys. I don't think this was correct. Yeah, I'm clearly supposed to go there for the ending. But yeah, this is a problem. I think I was supposed to save that one. Man, I feel like an idiot now. Okay, well, it is what it is, I suppose. And what it is apparently another cook, so let's not cook the level anymore. Okay. Yeah, unraveling this first part's not so hard. I feel like my first room, which was also this room, weirdly enough, in my own level was way harder, because it involved switching the doors a few times, and I think it involved switching the doors a few times. if I remember it correctly. I like how straightforward this level is, but yet I think that's what makes it work, is that you feel like you're constantly accomplishing something. I keep coming back to that element of level design as one of the reasons why I find some of these levels so satisfying, is that there's this element of just constant productivity, I guess you could say, in them. And I think that's really neat. I like how you have to backtrack all the way here to push this one. That's a really neat idea. Like, these rooms feel like there's secrets that you're constantly discovering as well. And I think that's another reason why this is so effective, is that you're feeling like you're constantly discovering new things. And you're coming back to this and you're like, wow, you know, there's stuff to do in here. And it's actually pretty interesting, right? So, one of the main reasons why I like this. And then this section, this section is just genius. I love the way it works. I love the fact that you are basically having to set this whole thing up for the fireball, but you're also getting something for yourself. And that's really cool. That is just really, really neat. And there's the clone buttons for the fireball thing. Okay, I made it that time without wasting moves. Okay, so this is this area. Okay, so this opens this up. I'm going to have to be really observant with this next section coming up, because apparently I wasted that toggling, even though I thought that that was what you were supposed to do to get everything to work. So, because I thought you had to do that in order to close the walls. So specifically, so you could enter back into the room by the flick that you were doing. But now that I know that the flick is what you have to do, maybe that's going to actually make this a lot easier to parse. So let's see what we can do about that. So I'm pretty sure we did the right thing here. We got this. Wait a minute. How do you... Oh wait, I can do this. That's right. Okay, so I do this, right? I go in there. I hit that. Okay, so at this point, so here's my issue with this. Oh wait, I can just hit that, do that, without even touching the thing. Wow. I really did miss that, didn't I? There was a toggle button right there, and I wasted this other one on that. That was really silly of me. So now I can cross back over and do this whole section. Okay, so I'm forced to do this, right? That is such a good level. That is by far and away my favorite level of the set so far. That needs to be in CCLB 5. Just absolute 5-star level right there. Okay, Grim. I remember this one. This was like a teeth guiding level. Sort of another bridge master kind of thing. But this one I found pretty simple because there was a lot of space for you to do stuff in. And I remember you have to go all the way around the corners and get stuff. And that might seem a little tricky at first, but I think if you do this corner thing here, you should be fine, because that forces the teeth out here. So let's just wait for the teeth to come up, and then we should be good to go. Okay, I lost control of my keyboard there. I was like, wait a minute. So yeah, this is pretty simple overall. So now we'll go out here. Wait for it. We're only a few seconds behind the bold time, too. Grim. That was Grim. Not exactly one of my favorites, but I do like what it was trying to do. Alright, Sit a Dark Isle. Oh, yes, this is the level that I was hoping to see in CCL before over keyboard malfunction, actually. This was the, I guess you could say, harder keyboard malfunction. Where you basically had to be very stingy about the keys you got. So, let me keep track of how many we have because we don't have a counter here. So we have 2, and now we have 3. And okay, let's look at the best way to approach these. 4 now. 5. We need to figure out an effective way to break into the center. Okay. 6. So if we can use these paths that have like more keys on them. Okay, so 6, 6, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Okay, so yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say that we've been very thrifty with these, but okay, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I see some more opportunities up there. 4, 5 again. I'm trying to remember, do we need any to exit? We do not. Okay. Okay, I don't see any other way to do this. Let's just do that. And then the last chip, I think it's like on the right side, right? Yeah, it's over here. Okay, that was actually it. So I had fewer keys than I thought. Did I miscount them? I guess I did. I like the fact that there were just enough. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm trying to remember if you can actually get away with an extra one, but now I'm thinking not. Alright, so that was Sit a Dark Isle. Pretty simple level, but really satisfying to solve, and I do like the concept. I think it's a lot better of a level than Keyboard Malfunction, to be honest, so I'm not sure I would vote for this one necessarily in CCLP 5, but I would probably give it a decent rating. Oh, yes, this level, Existence. Oh, man. So this one has a funny story. So back during the CCLP4 voting process, Josh and I were on this, like, CC Zone podcast thing. We need to get back to doing those, Josh. Like, we need to start making more top 10 lists and things. But during the podcast, I don't know what the context was, but I mentioned that when I was a teenager, I made this level that was like my first Walls of level, technically, even though I wasn't thinking about it in those terms. But it was a level called What on Earth, and it was essentially meant to be a part of this story where you discover that the original clubhouse was like stripped bare of all of its stuff, and the wall layout was fourplex. But like it was fourplex with nothing in it. So Josh heard this idea and decided to make his own take on this with lesson 1 as the level, but with an invisible maze outside of it. And I gotta say, you know, not that I would like use this concept in an official set or anything, but I think it's a cool swipe at it. I think it's a really neat way to do it. And now I'm trying to remember if I actually checked everything here or not. Nope, I did not. And there's not even a hint, just the layout of lesson 1. And that's it. That is a fun level to end on. So next time we are going to start the latter third of the set, which begins with Blue and Green Plantation. So until then, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed yourselves today, and I will catch you next time. So take care and see you then.